It's motherfucking time to play Pokemon! And when I say Pokemon, I mean get haxed all up and down both sides of the battle. So I'm against a guy called Elvin. We're gonna have a casual OU, you know, no big deal. Bit of fun. So he always punches me. I'm mad at it, you know, because I'm Nidoqueen. And I go for a Fire Blast. Does about half. I'm worried he won't kill again. I get the burn though. And that is the beginning of things to come. And I tell you no lie. So since he's burned, I'm just going to take advantage of that fact that he's burned. And I'm going to set up some Toxic Spikes since I'm going to live a bunch of Ice Punches now. So, yeah. One Ice Punch does fuck all. I'll get one layer up. So, good time so far. And he's just going to stay in and keep Ice Punching, and that is delicious for me, because if my Fire Blast wasn't going to kill the first time, it's going to now after some residual damage. And also, I used Fire Blast instead of Earthquake, because I know Earthquake's stab, and I actually have a slightly higher attack than do a special attack. Metagross has manly defenses and shitty special defenses, so I went for the Fire Blast. So I get my second layer of Toxic Spikes up there, and he's just keep firing away them Ice Punches. I'm quite surprised he runs Ice Punch, in fact. I thought I was one of the only few people that did that. Good for him. So I'm pretty sure I can live another one. So I go for an Earthquake here. But he gets the crit, and I perfectly deserve that, because I got the burn. I absolutely deserve that crit, no big deal. So now, I bring in my Salamence. Choice Specs, go for Fire Blast, just to finish it off. Fire Blast misses. That is hacks. That is an Ice Punch on my Mence. And since he's burned, he's gonna live. I'm gonna live it. So you can think, well, that's kind of fair then. That's kind of fair. No, it is not fair. He gets the freeze. Oh, that was fucking huge. So I'd say we're about at least even on hacks now, because that was fucking crazy. I only brought 2 OUs to this game, and one just got fucking buried by hacks. So Mence goes down for nothing. And since he hasn't got rocks up, I'm pretty sure I should bring my Swellow in. Also, new intro, like, no like. I'll just test the water with this battle. If it's shit, then I won't use it again. So yeah, Swellow comes in U-turn. I get the crit there, obviously didn't matter, but it's just a sign of the ridiculous amount of hacks that's coming in this battle. So I go into my Uxie in the hopes to set up some stealthed rocks. And he goes into a Sizzle. And I am obviously not going to stay in there. I probably should have U-turned really, I would have been faster. Just get that little bit of damage off. So we go to my physical wall Donphan and takes the U-turn not very well considering he's a physical wall. And then comes a Weevil. So I'm going to have to get the fuck out of there right away. But he gets poisoned from my Toxic Spike, so that's good times. So I go into my Metagross because he's going to man any Ice Punch since I don't put any EVs in HP. I put them all in defense. See, I figure Metagross is not going to live any special hits really because he's such a pussy, but you put them all in defense and he's going to live Earthquakes like a god. So I have a predict here and I go for the Ice Punch instead of the Bullet Punch. Thinking, you know, he would have switched because look, I did nothing. And he doesn't switch though, but I get a crit here. So that was like that. Didn't counter out the fact that I over predicted. So that's good for me, not good for him. So I don't think it matters too much because the Bullet Punch would have killed from like his original health. So I guess he could have like saved it for later if he had more health. So it still hacks. So yarp. In comes this fucking Scizor again. And Donphan can't keep taking hits, so I just stay with Gross because he can take it as well as Donphan, I guess. And he does take it pretty well, and I just mash, hoping he doesn't have another Steel type. But you know that cunt does. You know he's got a Registeel. God, Registeel pissed me off. So yep, mash does basically nothing, and I'm going to have to get the fuck out of there, because I have Ice Punch and Steel moves and Explosion. So it's fair to say I get walled pretty well by the Registeel. So he goes to Nest, toss on my switch into Uxie. And I'll either Yawn or Rocks here, depending on how crazy I'm feeling. It's probably a Yawn. Yawn would be the better play, I'm calling it now. So yeah. Oh, I use Stealth Rock, I'm retarded. Why do that? Unless I was scared of the Sizzle switch in, because then he'd U-turn out. But no, that was retarded. So he T-waves me, which is kind of good for him, I guess, but I wouldn't have wasted a turn T-waving an Uxie. They're not much of a threat in my opinion, speed-wise. But it seems like he's going to power flinch me, but he doesn't get it because he's not a Rachi or a Togekiss. And good for him because they're gay. So I just U-turn out, do no damage, go into my Donphan. I reckon I can live in the Ironhead pretty well. He can't T-wave me. Seismic tosses, I'll live a few. And Earthquakes is going to hurt him good. So Ironhead goes off. It does a fair bit, not much though. And then just whip an Earthquake off in his face. So yeah, boy. That's going to be an easy 2-hit KO, look at that. So, I could have predicted the switch here, but I'm just not good enough for that, so... I just go for the Earthquake, because I'm too scared of this Registeel blowing up on me. And it works out quite well, I guess. I had a switch there if I was him, and I was worried about that, but... Good job I didn't over-predict. And my Donphan's looking quite nice with this lefties gain he got. So in comes a Sizzle, and I don't think I have anything to take it. I might just leave Thingy in. Yeah, I do. I go for the Earthquake here, whereas it was my mistake. Because he goes into a Gengar! And I'm pretty sure this thing's Scarfed. I didn't ask him, but from what I see from this... So Donphan's pretty much useless at this point, so I'm just going to Ice Shard the Gengar. Oh, I don't. Pardon me, that was retarded. I predict the Shadow Ball, that was it. That's a much better play. Look how delicious that was. Predict the Shadow Ball, man. And I'm pretty sure he's logged into this. And if not, then he knew he was going to die. So he goes into Sizzle, which is quite a bad play on his part, because that Sizzle was raping my team. And Swellow is such a fucking man, he's just going to Oko the Sizzle. No big deal. In one, boy. In one. Swellow is so underused, it's ridiculous. You can't bring him in on anything, but as long as you can get a free switch into him, shit is gonna die. So now I think this is Scarfed because he brought it in, and he's slower usually. And I predicted the T-Bolt there, and he made a nice little play there and went for a hidden power, burying my Donphan. So that was good for him. And now I go into my Uxie because I swear to God he's locked in, and the fact that he switches there just means he had to be locked in really. Why would you switch otherwise? So Zam gets Toxic Spike Sting. Hadn't seen the Zam before just now, so he gets T-Bolt on the switch. So, and you know Alakazams and pussies when it comes to the defenses, so it does a fair bit really. So I'm just going to U-turn out here, thinking I can take anything Alakazam can deal with me. And he actually misses the Charge Beam there. But I'm fairly sure that didn't matter, because this is my special Warloxy, and a Charge Beam will not do a lot to him. But it's just another example of all the hacks that went on in this game. It was crazy. So on the switch out, when he dies, I go into my Gross. I figure he's only got Gengar left, and he does. So I just go whip off a Bullet Punch in his face. Hoping it will kill. I can't remember if it does or not. We'll see. So he had a choice here. He could either go for a Thunderbolt to hit Swellow or a Shadow Ball to hit Uxie. Either way, the game is in the bag for me at the moment. So since he went for Thunderbolt in the end, I'm going to go to Uxie, who can easily live one, and Thunderbolt him right back. So yep, awesome game, Elvin. That was hacksy as shit. We'll have to have a rematch soon and hope it doesn't go that crazy. Ciao for now, players.